Okay, just checking itself out there. Yeah, there we go. Right. Well, I hadn't planned on doing a video today, but the weather's actually alright. Not that that would have stopped me anyway, it didn't in my last video, but yeah. Just when you think you're running out of topics to talk about, up pops Microsoft. You can always rely on them to do something utterly clueless, not read the room, and be dumb as hell. So, not content with raising the prices of their Xbox consoles 5 years after launch, when most companies cut the price of the consoles to sell them, you know, to get themselves into a share of the marketplace. And they're not the only ones that have done that. Sony have done the same, because they're equally dumb when it comes to this type of thing. They blame the tariffs, but those tariffs have nothing to do with the UK or Europe, and they've raised the prices here because, you know, of course. Not content with that, they've then raised the price of their Xbox Live subscription. Although it's not Xbox Live, it's Game Pass. It used to be Xbox Live back in the day. Oh, for crying out. Yeah, it used to be Xbox Live, and you could buy a 3-month, a 6-month, or a 12-month pass. I think you could even get a 1-month one actually as well. I don't know why anyone would want to though, but you used to be able to. Now, no. Now, they, in their infinite wisdom, they then come out with Game Pass, and you can't. With Game Pass, you can't buy them in tiers like that. You can buy them in multiples, but of months, but invariably, it's not. It's not like it used to be. I don't think you can buy a 12-month one, not that they would want to anyway, because it costs a bloody fortune. So, yeah, you buy it like 1 month, 3 month, or something like that. I think you can get a 6-month one. Not really looked into the model too much, just the price. So, yeah, you used to be able to get a 12-month pass, and I think back when I started, I think it was like £30 a year, Xbox Live Gold. Might have been 40, I can't remember, but that's how much it used to be. And that you needed that to play online, which always didn't sit very well with me. I don't think you should have to pay to play online. I mean, that's a feature that's included in many games. You don't on PC. You didn't used to on PlayStation, but then they decided that you had to, and you didn't. Yeah, here's a new one. We have a cat. Hello, cat. Hello. No, off into the undergrowth, are you? What's going on here? Magpie conflab. I can't actually see where that one is. Oh, yeah, it's a squirrel. We have a squirrel. And there's a squirrel up there. There's a magpie around here somewhere. Oop. Yeah. Cat. 2 magpies, 2 squirrels, and a blackbird. But yeah, you look at it and you go, well, okay, it's a one-off price you pay it to play online, and that's it. Good. Nintendo, when they did their online with the Switch, they're charging you as well. I guess they do it for service, but it's a load of nonsense. Anyway, I'll see you in the park. Right. So, as I was saying, oh bloody hell, trees in my head here. So as I was saying, yeah, the olden days, that's what you used to get on your Xbox Live. And although I wasn't happy about paying, it wasn't too bad. But now they did away with all of that rather sneakily, bit by bit. They kept the Xbox Live Gold with Game Pass for a while, and then they slowly did away with that. Did away with it to the point where you just have gold. Not gold. Jesus. I swear to God. I swear to God I got brain damage during that surgery. Now you just have Game Pass. That's 3 tiers of it. And even if you took the cheapest tier, which I think is £7 a month. Okay. You took £7 a month. That's what? £84 a year, which is £44 a year more than what I used to pay. And that's the only way you can play online. Now, I don't really play online that much, so you could argue, well, what's it to you? So, as I was saying, before I was drowned out, when you factor that in, so it's now £84 a year just to play online when it used to be 40. And even the last time I had gold, it went up to 50, which is what I think Sony charged 50 or 60 quid. So it's still by far and away the most expensive of all of the services that you pay for. Nintendo's the cheapest, then it's Sony, and then sort of way out by itself is Microsoft. Now, I don't really play online like I was saying. I play single player mostly, but you know, sometimes you like to dabble a little bit, you know, occasionally. And there are some games where you need to be online if you want to upload like your racing stuff to a leaderboard. So, is £84 worth it? Nah. And when people say, well, you get free games, you don't get free games. That's what you're paying for. You get games that are included in it, but you only get those games so long as you keep the subscription going. The minute you stop, you lose access to them games. So think about that. Again, that's the digital distribution model. It's the Netflix model that these companies are coveting. Remember in one of my previous videos I said they base themselves on Hollywood and TV, so you can compare it like for like. When I was talking about DLC, there's another example. That's what they want. They never want you to own a game. They want you to rent them at full price, which is disgusting. Because there's no value there. There isn't at all. And this is another reason why you see a lot of games these days that take 30, 40, 50, 60 upwards hours to complete. Because you're not doing that in a month, unless you're playing 10 hours a day. But your average person, no hedgehog, your average person isn't playing that long a day. So they lock you in. Oh, I need to finish the game, but if I don't keep my subscription going, I'll lose access. All these people that say it's great value, it's not. It's never great value. Ever. It's never. They're on the winner. It's house rules. And the house always wins. And Microsoft is the house. And you're the gambler. You will never win. You think you do, but you don't. The longer you stay there, the longer you stay in it, the more chance you're going to have of losing. Little bird. Little sparrow. Them's the rules. And you will always lose. Because that's how they want it. So, when I see people posting up about value, shake my head. It's like you've just been conditioned. It's conditioning. You've been raised to think that the scraps from the table is good value, when you used to be able to dine at the table. A banquet. I could be doing a bit of editing on this video. Bloody hell. So yeah, people they go, oh, value. Nah, it's not. It's crap. It's never good value. It's never good value for the consumer. It's good value for Microsoft. Good value for Sony. Good value for Nintendo. When they put these things behind a paywall and you have to keep paying into it. Subscription-based modelling. You're seeing the same with software and Microsoft Office. Adobe, their software suites. You used to be able to just buy them. Now you have to subscribe under the fake nonsense of it being great value. No, it's not. How is it? Tot up what you pay over a year in subscriptions and offset that against the one-off payment that you used to make. It ain't great value. It's rubbish value. There's no value to it at all. Loads of crows and magpies around today. So, anyway, back to things that aren't great. So this is a huge price increase. I believe the top tier is a 50% price increase. And they're doing what other subscription-based services do. They include things you don't want. So apparently this includes Fortnite, something to do with Fortnite. I couldn't care less. Don't play it. I think that's the other crow. Maybe he's the one that's going to kick off with the others. But yeah, and there's some other crap as well, something to do with Ubisoft. It's all the kind of, Ubisoft I think have their own subscription. So yeah, there's no value. If you think there's value, you need to go away and actually tot it up. And if you say, well, I'm somebody that would play 5 games a month, yeah, but that's not every month, is it? Because there's not that many games coming out. So tot up the months where you're not. When you add it all in, you'll be on the losing side. It's not debatable. Because if you were on the winning side, they won't be making money. And they are making money. They made a lot of money out of it last year, which is why people were surprised. Making a hell of a lot of money out of it. And making a hell of a lot of money out of you. What you think is loyalty. It isn't. And what you're being loyal to is a company. It's a corporation. Wake up. They don't care about you. All these people that go out to bat defending corporations, making them spend more money. Do you realise how stupid that makes you sound if you do that? As a consumer, your duty is to push back. In a capitalist society, the consumer has a responsibility to push back against price increases. You vote with your wallet. That's what you do. It's too much of this, defending. And the thing that makes you laugh is the people that defend this are the people that currently have the income to actually still cover the cost. But each time the cost goes up, it cuts off a group of people that can no longer afford it. You're still stuck where you are. And as those prices go up, and as each person or group of people underneath where you are can no longer afford it and are cut adrift, you start to descend towards the bottom. That's how it works. And eventually, what's logic tell you? You're going to be at the bottom. And the next price increase is going to be where you're cut off. That's when these people start to complain. Only when it ever affects them. They don't look at where it's going. They always look at where it's at. And I've said this before in the past. Look where this shit is going. That's the key. And if you don't do that, if you're not doing that, then you'll be the one that's cut off. You push back. You don't wait until it affects you. You push back straight away. And it's not your responsibility to fix their cash flow or their bottom line. If it was. You don't pay to fix somebody else's problem. They pay people to come in and fix those problems, not you. So stop being a puppet. Stop defending this rubbish, these rubbish business practices that are just based upon sheer greed. This isn't anti-capitalism. I'm in favour of it. But there's too many people who have been conditioned away from understanding what their responsibility in a capitalist society is as a consumer. It's a battle. You've got to push back. You've got to tell these companies, not paying it. Even if you can afford it, that's the key. You should be guarding your wallet as vigorously as they guard their bottom line. That's the battle. The richest people in society are the ones that spend the least amount of money. on stuff. And that's a fact. Let's go over here. Here's the allotment. This is what's on the other side of that fence. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But yeah, you don't owe them. They owe you. You've just been conditioned to think otherwise. So, it just goes out to a road there, I think. I'll head back. And this is not having a pop at anyone. You know? I'm not having a pop at anyone. I'm just telling you how it is. You don't have to believe me. You can ignore it. But it doesn't mean to say I'm wrong. It doesn't mean to say it'll go away. It's the game you have to play. You know, you all play video games. That's what we all do. And you know, I've fallen victim to it before today. I've justified it in my mind. And then when I sat down and looked at it, it's been like, nah, can't really justify that. Magpies. Right. Pigeon. The pigeon don't care. It's going for a bit longer, I think. But like I say, this isn't having a pop at people. This is trying to get people to understand what the reality is. And you learn it through life experience. And unfortunately, some people, the fear of missing out is an overriding emotion. They think that these companies will magically disappear if they don't buy their products and support them. It doesn't work like that. If the companies are going to go, they're going to go. And they're going to go because they've been badly run and they've made poor decisions. They'll either get bought out by somebody else or they'll just go out of business. I used to have a Commodore 64. I started out with the VIC-20, Commodore 64, then had Amiga. Those were the computers I had growing up. I never had any other. I love Commodore. I love the computers. But they made a catalogue of absolutely ridiculous and catastrophically bad business decisions. And they went out of business. Whose fault was that? That was their fault. That's the nature of things. That accounts for any badly run business, no matter how big or small. I mean, Commodore were huge back in the day. They were massive. But you look now, at the time they were saying, oh, it's because this didn't sell and that didn't sell. But if you actually look now, retrospectively, with companies or people that work there that would talk about it, they will tell you that the top management there were a bunch of lunatics who didn't know what they were doing, didn't have a clue. And they ultimately was what killed it. It wasn't poor sales of their equipment, it was chronic business decisions. That's what did them over. Like I say, I think we don't teach people growing up what their consumer responsibilities are. You have to push back. You have to fight. Companies will walk all over you, pick your wallet clean, and then once you can't offer anything to them in terms of finance, they don't care. You just cast to the side. Microsoft has been the focus of this chat because that's what they've just done, and people are kicking off about it, and rightfully so. I'm just never can get my head around the people that defend paying more money. That's just something that makes me laugh. That's fear of missing out. That's conditioning, society conditioning you to think a certain way. There's a generation of people growing up thinking a certain way, not looking at the big picture, not looking at where the ball's going, but rather than where it's at the moment. And it's okay. I'm not going to suffer. But where are you going to be 5 years down the line? 2 years down the line? What's your status? Because it's not just one element of stuff. It's the whole gamut. Bills going up, food prices going up. You know? Internet prices go up yearly. For what? For what? Do I get faster speed year on year? No. Do I get a better service? No. So why is the prices going up year on year then? Cable television, or Sky if you're in the UK, had a whole load of channels of crap that you don't want, you didn't ask for, and then they stick the prices up. That's what Microsoft are doing. Nobody wants the stuff that they're offering that's the basis of this price increase. But they put it in there to justify it. Well, why can't I just not have it? Why can't I just pay 40 quid a year to play games online like I used to? Why? Don't want any of the other crap. Not interested. You can stick Fortnite up your backside. Don't care. So that's where it's at. So yeah, it wasn't the video I actually had planned. I'd actually planned to do a bit of a talk about old games, why I love them, you know, why they bring so much joy, not just from a nostalgic perspective, but a gameplay perspective. So, yeah. I've done quite a bit of walking around here, haven't I? That's what going on a mad rant does. But that's enough. I've ranted enough. So I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.